How's it going? I'm Jared Gillis. Welcome to another All About RVs. Today we're going to be doing a simple installation of these holding tank heating pads. These are heating pads for your freshwater tank or your gray water tank or the tanks that might be susceptible to freezing. This is going to provide the heat so that it doesn't freeze when the temperatures get real low. So as a quick overview, these are a 12-volt product. So they're going to be pulling power from your converter if you're plugged into power, or it's going to be pulling power out of your batteries if you're out there boondocking. So that's how it gets its heat source. This sticks right to the holding tank. It has a self-adhesive back. So you can stick this to the tank, and so when the temperatures drop below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, so in the 30s, this has a thermostat inside so that it kicks on and it starts warming so that by the time you hit those freezing temperatures, this thing's already been on and warming up that tank, and the water inside of it's going to get warm so that you don't have to worry about freezing. So our tanks are not protected, and we've been kind of playing Russian roulette, not knowing if we're going to freeze or not. I mean, we've been down into the teens, even the single digits. We've been very fortunate, although I did have an issue lately with our freshwater tank, and so that's why I'm done playing those games, and we're just going to use these heating pads for the holding tanks. The installation is actually pretty simple. So we're just gonna head underneath there and we're gonna clean the holding tanks. I'm just gonna take a damp rag, a wet rag, and I'm gonna clean off any of the dirt and debris, just anything that's really on there, just a quick clean. And then I'm going to use isopropyl alcohol. So we're gonna spray that on there, wipe that off. It just prepares the surface so that nothing's on there that's gonna react to and not allow these pads to stick properly. So clean surface so that they adhere well and we don't have any issues with them falling off. Once our surface is thoroughly dried, we can grab the pad. We're gonna line it up here where we want it. I'm gonna put it near the end, near the drain point, the lowest point of the tank. But that's when we can now peel the backing off the back of this, have that sticky side be on the holding tank. But as you're sticking the pad to the tank, you want to get it lined up properly. You don't want any air pockets back in there. You don't want to try and stretch it, but you do want to press firmly down in the center and make sure the edges are held down really well. Okay, so at this point, now we just need to bring power over to here so that we can have these functioning and working. So the leads coming off of these, we have a red, which is going to be the positive, and the white, which is going to be the negative. So we're really close to the battery bank on our RV here. So I have a terminal, so we can crimp some ends onto the wire and bring that power down to here. We want to add a fuse to be able to protect these, or actually protect the wire so that we don't have any issues with the wire catching on fire or any potential problem there. So crimp our ends, make everything watertight, heat shrink so that these things are ready for the moisture, ready for the elements. And then we want to secure these wires to the RV so they're not just flopping around. And then we can put these in a wire loom. So we can have the wire loom help protect it, and then we can mount that to the RV so that way nothing's dangling, everything's protected, everything's secure. So nice, clean installation. If you're looking for heating pads to install, I'll put a link down in the description to these. They can get pretty cold. They're supposed to be able to help your tank, a decent sized tank, not freeze. So I think it's a great addition for us as we use our RV in the winter in cold temperatures. So these draw about 5 amps individually, so each about 5 amps from the DC side of the RV. So it's pulling it from your converter when you're hooked up to shore power, and it's pulling it from the batteries if you're out boondocking and the temperature drops down. It'll only kick on when the temperatures drop down when it needs to be on. So I think that's going to do it for today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos about RVing, hit that subscribe button. And if we don't see you on the road, hopefully we will see you next video.